Hello everyone, welcome to Central Catholic High School here in Modesto, California as the Miramonte Matadors square off against the Sacramento Dragons, as this game will be kicking off very shortly as we see the teams huddling up at Sac High as two teams trying to get in rhythm. Miramonte Matadors from Orinda, California at a record of 8-8, 1-2 in league. And then on the other side, the Dragons, a record of 9-8, 3-1 in league, as both teams are taking their warm-ups off and getting ready for the co-main event, as the starting lineups are going to happen right now, as I have them right in front of me. For the Sacramento High Dragons, at guard we have Miles Lewis, a player to look out for tonight. At guard, Makai Scott Kelly, and then at the forward spot, Jediah Shockley. And then at the forwards, Peter Wanaji, and then at the center, Alex Mays. And on the other side for Miramonte, we have Ryan Schwartz, Chris Watson, brother Nick Watson. They're both starting together. And then Niyi Olabade starting at forward, and then at the center, Michael Gertz. And that is the starting lineups for both teams, as I said earlier, two teams trying to get in rhythm in the middle of the season. 9-8 Sacramento High School Dragons, the 8-8 Miramonte Matadors. These two teams are looking to get in rhythm. For Miramonte, the Diablo Foothill League is where they're from. They're fifth currently in league standings, as they're falling behind a few opponents like Northgate, Las Lomas, which is a powerhouse in that league, and Clayton Valley Charter. Those are some teams that they are behind. As for Sacramento High, they're in the Capital Athletic League. They're third in their league behind Capital Christian and Christian Brothers. Both teams are coming off losses as well, and we'll get into that shortly, as we will take a short break as tip-off is very soon. I'm Anthony Silva, and welcome to Central Catholic High School in Modesto, California. This broadcast of the Central Catholic MLK Showcase is brought to you by the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp, 5-day overnight camp for 4th to 12th graders. Register now with a $99 deposit and earn a $100 off-camp enrollment. Go to NorCalSportsTV.com/camp for all the details. As tip-off will start shortly, both starting lineups on the court, as this is the co-main event. There is one more game after this game, as we'll see the tip-off. Jediah Shockley jumping for Sacramento High, and the tip-off is won by the Dragons. Both teams coming off losses and trying to get in rhythm, as the Dragons will have the basketball first. A good roll to the basket and a hard finish, as Shockley gets the easy layup. The Dragons really active early, communication and talking, and let's see how the Matadors respond. Look at that back cut and a great layup inside, and they strike. Schwartz scores. Both teams moving early and getting back cuts and layups. We might see that tonight with a lot of athletic bodies all over the floor. Hard drive once again. Same spot, same result, a layup down low. Shockley getting busy. Sacramento High coming off a 52-48 loss in their last game, as a great active hands down low. No good, great rebound and a fight for it down in. There is a foul. And we see the replay, great pick and roll finish down low by Shockley. He's very active early, and that's what's going to be needed for the Dragons to get on board and continue their momentum, as in California they are a top 150 team, and that's pretty impressive knowing the amount of teams that are in California. Catch and fire three, no good by Mays, and here come the Matadors. Attack baseline, good ball movement. Continuing to look for the middle of the floor, and up and under, and a great finish by Watson. Watson averaging 6.4 points per game this season on 43% shooting, so it's going to be important that he gets going early for this team. Oh, drive by Lewis, who was one of their best perimeter players under Coach Woolman, and he gets them easy bucket. Both coaches are rookies. It's their first year as the head coach for both these teams, and there's a hard drive, no good. And he gets his own rebound by Gertz, and they're going to reset as the shot clock is now at 20. As they're continuing the communication, watching the back door, and what a great lefty hook by Gertz, and he gets the layup. The 6'3" forward, the senior, averaging 7.5 points per game, and is a 50% shooter from the field. Lewis, look at that hard drive and try to shuffle pass, what a turnover. Trying to pick up all 94, the Matadors trying to attack. Underneath, down low, great finish again by Watson. And Nick Watson, one of the best players in terms of activity and height. He is a forward, 6'1", he's a little undersized, but he plays big down low. It's always nice to have your brother, as that ball is out of bounds. As we'll see the replay, great finish underneath by Nick Watson, as he had a couple, one going underneath and then one going up strong. As he is undersized, but is doing a great job. As we have some substitutions on the floor for the Dragons. As picking up is Lewis. Probably a guard to watch, one of the better guards on this team. As here's Gertz with the basketball, guarded tightly. Great hands, but a pull-up, and it will be an air ball that will belong to the Dragons. Great defense on that side by Wanaji. And the Dragons, they're a fast team. They can mix it up. They're really not the tallest team, but they can push the basketball, and there's the entry to the high post. Coming off the dribble, pull-up, no good. Rebound, Gertz. Here come the Matadors, pushing the basketball. Good defense by Wanaji, trying to throw off the rhythm of Gertz. Watson, good movement. And once again, another backdoor opportunity. They're looking. Schwartz with the ball. Catch and fire, and no good. Rebound. And they are zipping the basketball. Look at this. Hard, physical, and a layup. Great job over there by Wanaji. Very aggressive basketball, getting to the rim at will. Here comes Gertz. Pump fake, there's the fundamentals for it, and he banks it in. Undersized, but can get it done, Chris Watson. Averaging 3 points per game and already has 4. Reverse layup, no good by Mays. Here come the Matadors. Matadors seem to be slowing it down and trying to get their buckets the way they want it. A lot of curls, a lot of back doors, and look, as I say that, look at that drop pass. Very good fundamental basketball, setting them up perfectly. Nick Watson with the assist from his brother, Chris Watson. You can't beat that brother chemistry, and he gets the layup. Nick Watson, also another player averaging 3.2 points per game, and already has 4 points, and that's off the hands and belong to the Matadors. Substitutions for the Matadors. Bresnikar, the 5'11 guard, checking in. And let's see the replay. Look at this drop pass. Right from one brother to another. That natural chemistry that you get growing up. You can't beat it. As it's 12-8 with 2:50 to go. The Matadors leading by 4. The Dragons, I would say, are turning the ball over a little too much. And we'll see how they adjust. Watson, Olabude with a hard drive, and one. Put that on the tab, and just like that, they will extend their lead, 14-8 Matadors. As Olabude, the 6'5 forward, averages 11 points per game, very physical down low. And he's actually not even one of their better players, as Matt Meredith, who's a 6'5 forward, the senior for the Matadors, is out. He is actually very sick. He averages 15 points per game and 9 rebounds, so they will miss his presence as Olabude misses the free throw. And here comes Lewis for the Dragons. Look at that skip pass all the way to the other corner. Lewis seems to always be in attack mode. And speaking of that, short on that pull-up. And the ball's out of bounds to the Matadors. As we'll see the replay, Olivude with the physical drive to the right and going right under the shot blocker's hands. Those are some things you don't teach, as you really want to teach your guards to throw off those shot blockers and, use different hands, jump off of different legs, confuse that defender. And a catch and fire, and it is good. Exactly what he came in to do, Bresnikar with the three-pointer. He's a 34% three-point shooter on the year, and he starts off strong, 1 for 1. As the Dragons down 9, and there's the ball, fumble on the field. Lewis catching fire, no good. And you can't stop all those guys from crashing the boards as Olivude finally gets the basketball. And here he goes, the Euro step and the soft finish, coast to coast. And just like that, 19-8. With 1:28 left in the first quarter, the Matadors have an 11-point lead. As Scott Kelly trying to get that spacing. Lewis wants a ball screen, guarded well by Bresnikar. Trying to get him looks. Hard drive and a tough shot, but hey, good players make those type of plays as it's 19-10. Frye gave it back to Duto. And Duto with the basketball, driving right hard, using his shoulder, and that's going to be an offensive foul. They say he extended his left shoulder and his left arm. He doesn't seem to agree with the call, shaking his head, but unfortunately, that's how it goes. As we have a substitution for the Dragons. Marcellus Franklin checking into the game. As of now, we're seeing the Dragons. They're spreading the floor looking for ball screens, but right now, good team defense by the Matadors. They throw it down low, and I think that's where they can get the looks that they want and a good layup. As it's 19-12 with 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. Seems they want the last shot, and that's what they are going to get. Duto dribbling around the 6-foot sophomore guard who averages 2.5 points per game. And there's a scuffle trying to fight, and they're going to call a foul. They are very frustrated. That seemed to be a jump ball at first. Scott Kelly not happy with the call, and the ball rolls right to yours truly. And I'm just going to throw it back over, but it seemed to be a jump ball, or yeah, if you let it go that long, it will be a foul. As it's 19-12, 6.6 seconds left in the first quarter. The Matadors inbounding. Frye throws it underneath, and there's another foul. 2 quick fouls. That was charged to Davis. As it's one of those plays where you try to get the steal, and if you don't, it's going to be a foul. But if you get the steal, it'll be pretty good. Catch and shoot in the corner. No, but somehow he gets the rebound, and it's a foul. Very short, but the Dragons did not box out, and that's what happens. As it's the 14th foul for the Dragons. As Lars Olsen gets a couple of free throws. He averages 2 points per game, and he's long on the first attempt. Olsen, the 6'2 senior center, and he's going to get more minutes due to Meredith, one of their best players, who averages 15 and 9, and shoots 49% from the field. He's injured. So a good opportunity for Olsen to get some minutes and try to play more throughout the year as he hits the second free throw. So 1.7 to go. This could just be a heave as it's 20-12. Lewis, a half-court heave, and it's an air ball. So that will conclude the end of the first quarter. As it's 20-12, the Matadors have an 8-point lead here at Central Catholic High School. Welcome back to Central Catholic High School. I'm Anthony Silva as it's the Sacramento High Dragons squaring off against the Miramonte Matadors. The Matadors lead 20-12 as we enter the second quarter. As for the Matadors, they're coming off a 54-45 loss against Las Lomas. They were down 5 heading into halftime, and they lost the third quarter 13-6. So the defense was stellar, but you can only lean on your defense so much, and I'm sure they have talked about that before under first-year head coach Chris Lavadiotis. As this is the third coaching change in the last 8 seasons for the Matadors. An interesting stat is for the first-year head coach Chris, he's 8-8. As the Matadors trying to move, and a catch and shoot in the corner was easily available, but a great rebound and a second opportunity for the Matadors. As Shores with a hard drive and a great layup. That scoop layup, and that's second chance points that the Dragons cannot afford. And it's 22-12 Matadors. 3 off the dribble, nothing but nylon, and maybe that'll get them going as Scott Kelly with the 3. As for the Dragons, they're coming off a 52-48 loss versus Elk Grove, which is a top 125 team in California. So good competition. The Dragons almost won. They were heading the fourth quarter. They were up by a point. But a back-and-forth game where they just got the short end of the stick as great pressure defense by the Dragons. And that could be a jump ball, and it will be a jump ball. Great defense by the Dragons, and they will be rewarded with the possession. As we see the replay, that catch and fire 3 off that pick and roll. Just catch it, take that rhythm dribble and fire. You'll be able to get opportunities as Miles Lewis steps into the game. He checks in and try to get that roller, and they will somehow find him. A physical play down low and a great layup. Shockley gets the layup. Those rollers have been really utilized well by the Dragons as a main source of offense as they get the steal. And here comes Scott Kelly surveying the floor, trying to force it down low, but we'll have to reset. Both offenses are interesting. The Dragons average 65 points per game this season as a team, so their offense is not the problem. But defensively, it could be better as that ball goes through his legs. But yeah, offensively, the Dragons averaging 65 points per game, which is really well done. And here's that physical body finish over there by Shockley. And those are going to be the plays that they need to do to win this game. As defensively, we'll have to see if they could step it up, averaging 64 points per game. That's how much they give up defensively. So offense is not the problem. It's about stringing together stops as the Matadors continuing to move without the ball. Off the dribble, pull up, no good. A tough rebound down low, and it's short. Gertz missed it. Here come the Dragons. Lewis surveying the floor will reset, and the Dragons are going to see what's cooking. There's that pick and roll again, right in the paint, and an easy bucket over there by Scott Kelly. He's been able to get in the paint pretty well and elevate for that pull-up jumper. As we will get a timeout by the Matadors as 5:16 left in the second quarter, 22-19. The Dragons cutting the deficit from 10 to 3 on this 7-0 run. We will be right back.
Finding athletic college scholarships can be an overwhelming task for athletes. It's essential to utilize experts and former college coaches who know the ins and outs of college recruiting. At Recruiting Boost, we help prospective student athletes navigate the recruiting process from start to finish, ultimately helping them earn scholarship opportunities. We don't rely on cold emails or large databases. Instead, we have direct contact with college coaches. Contact us today. Finding athletic college scholarships.
As we're back 22-19 in the second quarter, the Matadors lead by 3, and both of these teams trying to get rhythms in their season. The Matadors are coming off a 3-game losing streak. Their average margin of loss during this 3-game losing streak has been 8 points, and there is a ball deflected out of bounds. that will stay with the Matadors. But they've lost 3 in a row and have lost 7 of their last 9 games. So the Matadors are looking to get in some type of rhythm. And as for the Dragons, they're coming off a loss, and they're 3-2 in their last 5 games. And during those 3 wins, as we see Gertz continuing to move. Great communication. Shot clock under 10 and a steal by Lewis. Here come the Dragons. This is where they're dangerous. And a bounce pass that was a little too low for the big fella. And there's a turnover. Those are turnovers that just cannot happen when you're trying to push it down the floor, especially when you have a 3-on-2. You cannot. You got to throw it up for your big fella, not down low where it's going to hit his knees. But the Dragons are coming off a loss, 3-2 in the last 5 games. And during those wins, they've scored 70 points or more. So they are very dangerous offensively. I think sometimes they hurt themselves, though, with the turnovers. As you see, defensively, they are active. They're moving their feet. Shot clock now at 15 as we see Olabude giving it to Gertz. That skip pass is there, and there's a wide open 3 and nothing but net. And the Matadors, they're moving the basketball. Dudo with the 3-pointer. He's only 26% on the season from 3-point land, and he's already hit a couple. As Wanaji tried to go right baseline, couldn't find it. Lewis slowing the tempo up. It's a 6-point game, and he tried to flop and sell the call. He pulled the chair on him. Here's Scott Kelly. Shot clock under 10 seconds. Might see a catch and fire off the dribble. Yeah, we are. It's long. Great rebound by Dudo. And here come the Matadors. Matadors really playing at their pace as of right now. Defensively, only giving up 49 points per game. And they're doing a great job of cutting and playing good defense, and gets an easy layup down low for Bresnikar. And that stretches their lead to 8. Look at Lewis with that pull-up, and he hits it. He's probably one of the most athletic guards on this floor. But the Matadors playing good team defense as it's 27-21 as we approach the halfway point of the first half. Here's Gertz, guarded tightly. And they're trapping the corner. Matadors do a great job of moving the basketball, and there's a 3-pointer that's long. Great rebound by Shockley. Here come the Dragons, and he undercut him. They're going to get a foul. As we see that replay, that back door right into that layup by Bresnikar. The Matadors aren't doing anything super special. They're doing a great job of just naturally moving without the ball, and for a lot of coaches, I'm sure that's music to their ears. As we see the other replay, and I was saying earlier, Lewis is probably one of the most athletic guards on the floor. He needs to be more aggressive. He can get that pull-up off, it seems, whenever he wants. It's just a matter of when he's going to do it, because they need some more scoring from him. And also looking to feed those bigs. And there's that rhythm pull-up. Nope, that's long. Good team rebound by the Matadors. Frye with the basketball. Swing it over. 2 people running at 1 man, trying to get trap defense going. There's that skip pass, and there's a fire 3, and he hits it. A great pass on that side to skip it, as Olabude skipped it over to Schwartz, and he hits the 3. Schwartz is a 40% 3-point shooter. He's been busy, as so is a lot of other players. They've been hitting 3-pointers, hitting shots, and the Dragons, a lot of one-on-one basketball. Let's see if they can change that. And they're going to feed it down low. Those bodies banging. Lewis, shot clock at 10. Lewis baseline. Great active hands by the Matadors, and they are just playing great team defense, communicating and everything, and finishing possessions with rebounds as we're under 2 minutes in the first half. 30-21, Matadors lead by 9. Catch and shoot 3. They've had a lot of success with it today, and it's no good. Bresnikar try to get another one. Moving the ball real well. Lewis, there's his pull-up mid-range jumper, no good, and they wanted a foul there. He got pushed when he rebounded it. It's the only reason why Wanaji threw it up, and he's not too happy with that call. Once again, those back doors, they're looking for him. And there's a 3-pointer, long rebound. Here come Lewis and the Dragons. Does not seem to have numbers. There's a catch and shoot three that's going to be short, and it goes over the rim. It'll be out of bounds. Scott Kelly was short on that one. As we see the catch and shoot three-pointer by the Matadors. Huge success today. They've been back cuts. They catch the ball, and then they look opposite and get those threes. They haven't been beating the defenders a lot off the dribble, but are doing a great job of moving without the basketball and simply locating shooters. That's the reason why they're up by 9. You could tell they're communicating, saying, hey, back door, but great offense by the Matadors. Olabude trying to drive right. Great kick out to the corner for three, and it's short. And similar to the other side, Deja Vu, the ball goes out of bounds. Dudo misses that three-pointer. And with 42 seconds to go, the Dragons find themselves down by 9 as it's rolling. The Matadors in a neutral setting are 6-3, and when they're away from home, they're 1-4. So at home, they are 1-1, and they're trying to get an entry pass down low. It's going to be a turnover to the Matadors. But get this, the Matadors are 1-1 and have not had a home game since December 28th. So that's over 2 weeks of not being at home and not seeing your home crowd or being in your home gym. I mean, I love road games, but they're going to have a stretch at home where they have 5 consecutive home games, so I'm sure they'll love that when the time comes. Look at a great job moving to get out of that trap, but a great block over there by Wanaji. And the clock's under 10 seconds. Olabude, not happy with the call, an offensive foul. They say he lowered his elbow and shoulder, and to me, it seemed like a power post move. Let's see the replay. I could be wrong. As we see, he drove hard there. It was blocked. Great defense over there by Wanaji. And there's a big-time shot to end the half. As it's 30-23, that will end the first half. The Matadors have a 7-point lead. As we will take a short halftime break. Let's see that replay, that last shot right off that mid-range. Bam, right to end the first half. Lewis, if he gets that mid-range spot, that's a shot that he can hit consistently. They should be fine. We're back at Central Catholic High School as the second half of this basketball game will be underway shortly. The Miramonte Matadors versus the Sacramento Dragons. As of now, it's 30-23. The Matadors find themselves with a 7-point lead and will inbound the ball to start the second half. As right now the leading scorer is for the Dragons, it's Miles Lewis. He has 8 points, and speaking of Dragons defense, they almost came up with a steal, and a nice bounce pass underneath, and there is a foul. Great cut by Gertz to earn a couple of free throws. As he'll get settled and head to the line. And it's simple things like that, cutting to the basket. And it also is unfortunate because when you get steals, and if you do not come up with those steals, as we see in the replay, it results into possessions like that. The defense is broken down, and you can get a layup as Gertz hits the first free throw. He's a 79% free throw shooter this season. And the second free throw is good. So 32-23, 7:46 left in this third quarter. We're just getting underway in the second half, and the Matadors have a 9-point lead. We'll see if the Dragons continue to get Lewis going. There's a pick and roll, hard underneath roll, and a great finish underneath by Shockley. That's what worked earlier, rolling to the basket hard and hitting that roller. The physicality of this Dragons team is very good, and they're looking to trap those corners as well. Olabude had the ball, and the Matadors get it out and reset on offense. Ball swinging around. Gertz with a hard drive middle and a great layup with the right hand. A lot of coaches say no middle drives, especially direct line drives. And that's the result, an easy layup for Gertz. And they still have the basketball, the Dragons. Scott Kelly will reset. Shot clock is at 30 seconds. A lot of time to get some good offense here. There's that pick and roll we talked about. Lewis throwing it up top to the big fella. No, he misses the layup down low. Franklin tried to gather it but couldn't finish it. But if they just keep looking for that roll, I promise you, there'll be great opportunities. And it's off of Gertz, but say it's going to be off of the Dragons. The ball will stay with the Matadors. We see this replay. Great basket underneath. As checking in for the Matadors is Dudo. And Olabude will reset on offense. He has 4 points. Had a good first half. The 4 points don't tell the story. As Gertz, he's going to be fouled. But Olabude, although he's only had 4 points, he's done a great job of playing physical basketball. And there's that hard drive middle for Gertz, finishing earlier in the last couple of possessions ago. He's very physical, and that's the result of him driving to the basket. He's looking for contact, and he's physical, getting to the free throw line as he hit a couple his last trip and is now 3 for 3. So he already has 5 points to start this second half. As the Dragons also, outside of Lewis having 8 points, another scorer, Shockley, he has 6. So it's important to see how they can get these players involved, as it's an 11-point deficit. Miramonte's been very active defensively, and there, look, playing the roller just right is Gertz. That's defensive adjustments 101. Oh, could have been 2 hands and a push-off, but they'll reset. There's a corner pocket 3 by Olabude. It's no good, but he gets his rebound and drives hard and gets no. Try to get some butter on that roll of the rim to get that and one, but he will be rewarded with 2 free throws. Trying to extend this lead. Olabude is a 70% free throw shooter this season, and he hits the first. He's also one of the best players in this team. Is a lot of players on this Matadors team, they may not get, some players get the chunk of the minutes, but a lot of these players play. The coaching staff does a great job of spreading the minutes around as Olabude hits a second free throw, but he wants his players fresh for late in that game. Even if it's just 3 minutes, 4 minutes, he plays his players. And even Olabude, who averages 11 points per game, you can tell he's fresh when he enters the second half or in that fourth quarter. Dragons looking down low. Could be a kick ball, and it will be. Great active hands and feet by Watson. And the ball will be inbounded on the side. For the Matadors, they have 6 seniors on this roster this season. And for the Dragons, they have 4 seniors. And both teams trying to build off of good success last year. We'll get into that in a second. And a hard drive and a spin move. And that is an and one. 2 bodies are on the ground. That is a physical drive to the right side. We're going to have to get a replay. Wanaji put 2 players on the ground. A great spin move, which equaled an and one. As we see here, there's 1, used his body right, and then there's 2. A great physical drive by Wanaji, and the Matadors do a great job of walling up. In other words, they put their hands straight up, and they don't foul. Well, that ball's off the Matadors. Got to get those rebounds off free throws, and the Dragons now have possession. They will inbound underneath. Coming off that double screen, and just like that, a turnover. Those are possessions that they could kick themselves later. You got to take care of the ball in those key situations, especially when you got a big one with those free throws, as the Dragons will get back on defense. Last season, the Dragons went 20-11 and 10-2 in league. They were second place in the Capital Athletic League. As a hard drive by Gertz, no good. Rebound Dragons, and here they come. Mays in the corner, driving baseline, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Mays tried to avoid the contact, but he was set, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Is Coach Woolman not happy with the call, saying how? Sometimes as a coach, you simply just want an explanation. That's a close call. I thought he could have avoided the contact, but good defense by the Matador, setting his feet and getting that charge and earning his team a possession. As Watson swings it over to Duto. The ball movement has been spectacular throughout this game. Unselfishness at its finest. And Olabude, look at that hard drive and blocked. Great defense by the Dragons. But good ball movement by the Matadors. And he's trying to half spin and he loses the basketball. Olabude picks up the loose ball and here they go. Good look at that ball movement and Olabude is fouled. That's the 15th foul for the Dragons. And one thing the Matadors do extremely well is move that basketball. Even here, unselfishness, making that extra pass when the one defender commits to a beautiful basketball and gets 2 free throws. As Olabude is 2 for 2 from the line. And might have jinxed him. He's 2 for 3 now. But last season for the Matadors, they went 17-11, 7-5 in the Diablo Foothill League, which resulted them finishing 3rd, and they made it to the 2nd round. As we see the Dragons frustrated on the sideline, and there is a substitution. But they made it to the 2nd round of the NCS Division III tournament where they lost to St. Patrick's St. Vincent last season. So they have that experience in the playoffs and being in tournament play where it's either you win or you're done. So hopefully that experience can help them coming into this season. As Lewis with that mid-range pull-up short. They were playing it the entire way, and Olabude going up and throwing it down with the right hand. And that's how you push the basketball and finish it with a layup. Great dunk by Olabude, getting up the floor, not waiting, pushing it himself. And that's why he shoots 48% from the field. As Lewis, tough layup, no good. Great tip in. Olabude wanted basket interference. He thought the ball was still above the cylinder. But a great finish by Shockley. As the Dragons pressing, great job getting it to the middle of that floor. Corner pocket 3, no good. Great rebound by Davis, and here comes Lewis going to the middle of the floor, and it is an and one. Lewis using his body, going right under the defense, and gets a great layup, and has a chance for a 3-point play. As we see Olabude throwing it down with the strong right hand on that fast break, as we'll see Lewis get a couple of free throws. So far, try to get that and one, but it is a foul on the Dragons. A foul is charged to Wanaji. Is 2 fouls on the day so far, 16 fouls. So after the next foul, the Matadors will be in 1-and-1 situations as they're trapping the corners and trapping all that side when the ball's there. And here they go, pushing the ball. Great lead pass and an and one again. Back-to-back and ones. That one, Shockley with the layup. A great pass as the Matadors try to get that charge. And just like that, this lead is cut to single digits. Timeout, Matadors. And the Dragons sense a momentum change, and they feel it. They're pumped, and that is exactly why the Matadors called a timeout. Coach
Finding athletic college scholarships can be an overwhelming task for athletes. It's essential to utilize experts and former college coaches who know the ins and outs of college recruiting. At Recruiting Boost, we help prospective student athletes navigate the recruiting process from start to finish, ultimately helping them earn scholarship opportunities. We don't rely on cold emails or large databases. Instead, we have direct contact with college coaches. Contact us today.
We're back 41-33. As we see a replay of that and one earlier. A great strong finish by Shockley, but 41-33, the Matadors have an 8-point lead. But we sense a momentum shift as the Dragons have been doing a great job getting to the basket, finishing inside, pushing the ball. As the free throw by Shockley is good. And they're continuing to do half-court press, that 1-2-2. They're trapping those corners, and there it is. You'll see that second defender come over. Yep, they got to move that basketball very fast. And look, if you look opposite, it'll be there. And that ball's out of bounds to the Matadors. But one thing that I'm saying is important. When you get the ball to the middle of that press, you should look opposite. Look to the opposite side of where you got the basketball, and you should have an open opportunity. But let's see how fast the Matadors can adjust. As you see, active hands by the Dragons. Corner three. Good. Great job, great ball movement, and a great shot by Frye, who's only a 24% three-point shooter, so nice to see him get on the board. And that layup is missed by Lewis, and here come the Matadors. Great bounce pass, and it was lost over there by Duto, and it's a turnover. As we see the replay, that corner three by Frye, which extends the lead back to double digits. It's 44-34. The Matadors lead by 10. There's a three-pointer, nothing but net. A great shot by Alex Mays. And now, just like that, they're down by 7 again. Let's see that 1-2-2 press, how active it could be. Definitely changing it up. As ball movement's very key. See the Dragons moving it very well, moving their feet, getting their hands up, trying to cause turnovers. They're looking, yep. If they look that opposite side, something will be there, I promise. And there's a three-pointer, and it is good. They're responding whenever the Dragons are responding. As Dudo with another three-pointer. And that's important when you have a lead, respond when the other team scores. And that's exactly what the Matadors are doing. It's now a 10-point lead as the Dragons clear out that side. And he was thinking about it. Mays wanted to shoot it. Lewis driving in the corner with that big hop step and a tough finish. And there is a foul call. Wanaji wanted that foul. He did get hit across the body, and he will get 2 free throws. Is Watson charged with the foul. As we see that catch and shoot three off that 1-2-2 press. Sometimes you got to shoot that a little quicker, but great shot by Dudo getting that three-pointer. And a much needed three-pointer, as the first free throw is no good by Wanaji. Michael Gertz checking back in for the Matadors, and so is Lars Olsen. And Scott Kelly checking back in for the Dragons. Second free throw attempt is good by Wanaji. And it's 47-38 with only a minute and a half left in the third quarter. The Dragons trying to cut this deficit to more than 9. They've been doing a great job defensively, moving their feet. Trying to get that floater. There's Gertz. Tough finish underneath. Great rebound by Gertz with the left hand. No good. Getting it back out to Bresnikar. No good for 3. Another great rebound by Frye. But he lost it. Lewis will get it over to Mays. And he tried to elevate and bring the house down, but he missed it. But a great rebound and staying with it was Wanaji. Did you see the springs in that man's shoes? Mays with the surprise bounce. I don't think anybody expected him to get up that high, but that is a very athletic guard who will be on your poster if he could throw that one down. As we see Frye trying to get that high post entry, and hey, maybe he'll get rewarded with a 3, and he will. Catch and fire that high post into that flare screen. And just like that, the Matadors responding when the Dragons are scoring. Looks like the Dragons are going to hold for one shot with under 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 50-40, Matadors lead by 10. So far, Lewis took 2 shots and he missed both of them, but Mays has been stepping up his play both in transition and in other plays. Mays trying to fire it underneath. Great steal. And Gertz to Frye. Half-court 3. No, very, very long. And that will conclude the third quarter. As we see the replay down low. Great finish underneath by Wanaji, who's been very active and a big reason why they're only down by 10. And we will be back. And then here's the other replay. Frye responding with that three-pointer. But we'll be right back. It is 50-40. The Matadors lead by 10. Welcome back as the Miramonte Matadors lead by 10 heading into the fourth quarter against the Sacramento Dragons. The Dragons had a good run. They threw in the 1-2-2 press, were very active, but the Matadors responded, did a great job of getting some big threes by both James, Frye, and Dudo as shooters all across the floor stepping up, other players stepping up, as Dudo only averages about 30 points per game, but has hit some timely three-pointers. Great play from him today, and there's a three-pointer, but before that, there's going to be an offensive foul on the screen that was set, and the foul's charged to Scott Kelly. I know it's actually to Jediah Shockley. Scott Kelly was frustrated as well, but that could hurt him, as Mays did make that three-pointer, but those points don't count. And here's Frye to Olabude. They're moving the basketball very well, trying to find looks. This is a team that shoots 45% from the field as a team. And there's Frye, feet set, wide open three, why not? Hits another one, and now it's a 13-point lead. You can't leave that man open. He will make you pay. He shoots 43% from the field, and a tough floater by Lewis, who's been trying to get his rhythm, and there's a foul. Great job going right back up as Jediah Shockley, as we see. Look, it's really not hard right there. Feet set, wide open, two eyes on the rim. He's got great form. He has a great shot, and he hits the three-pointer. It's the second three-pointer where Frye has been wide open. The 6'4 sophomore having a very good game today. As we see Shockley short on the first free throw. These free throws get more and more important as we get later into this game. As a substitution on the floor, Scott Kelly checking out and Luka Davis checking in for the Dragons. Second free throw is good by Shockley. So we will see some more pressure possibly by the Dragons as they did earlier, as Watson in the corner. But Dudo with the ball guarded by Lewis. Hit some big-time three-pointers. Matadors playing good team basketball, not going away from the way they play. Here's Frye. Shot clock about to be at 10 seconds. Middle drive by Frye. He'll get his feet set, and that's fundamental basketball. Jump stop right up. And now it is a 14-point lead. And there is another offensive foul. They call it on Miles Lewis. They say he pushed his elbow out. And there's the jump stop. Great job seeing where everyone's at, not rushing, because he knows he's in the key. He's only got 3 seconds. Frye just elevating right up, knowing he's taller than some of these other defenders, and just has a beautiful shot, goes right up and over. And then as for Lewis, trying to be physical, and the official believed it was an offensive foul. It's no good as that three-pointer in the corner, and there's a fight for it underneath between Chris Watson and Davis, and the possession arrow will give the ball to the Matadors. So after this game, the Matadors will have a 6-game homestand, the last game being their senior night. So out of that homestand, that 6 one's their senior night, then they'll have a few games on the road to wrap up their season. There's a lot of dribbling and driving, getting deep inside, and a great block. And the ball will be out of bounds to the Dragons. And as for the Sacramento High Dragons, they've been playing very well. Offense that is very high-powered. It scores 70 points or more, as there's a nice pass underneath, going up strong and could not get the roll. The ball finds its way to Scott Kelly, and he gets the layup. Been very active today, getting big buckets. This is 55-43 with just over 5 minutes to go. And we do have a foul. As we see, great physical play by the Dragons, getting rebounds and second chance possessions, as this will equal 1-1 now for the Matadors. One more foul, and then from then on out, they'll be in the double bonus, and we'll be able to get more free throws. as he misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Here comes Lewis in transition. Very dangerous. Driving left, scooping it underneath, short. And a good rebound by Nick Watson. And there's a technical foul that has been called on Shockley. He's very frustrated. As you see fans saying, call it both ways. Some frustration on the Dragons side. As we see, there was the big-time push underneath, trying to get him off him, and Gertz pointed out to the official, and just like that, you get dinged with a technical foul, and we see the refs having a meeting, and we'll see what their call is. As, yeah, it was obvious Lewis drove. He tried to flip it up underneath. He missed the layup, and then as they got the possession, there you see that shove. And the official underneath, he saw it the entire time and had no hesitation and no problem giving Shockley the technical foul, as we see the officials having a longer meeting than usual. As I guess when some things don't go your way, you've got to calm down. It's easy to say, hey, you know, we're losing the game. It's easy to push players and get, but you got to stay poised. You got to continue to play. There's still 5 minutes left in this game, and you only find yourself down by a dozen. But now with this technical foul, you have an opportunity to not only extend the lead, but you also get that ball back. As at the free throw line shooting the free throws is Gertz, who is a 79% free throw shooter. He will shoot the technical free throws, and he will knock down the first. So in those situations, you have to stay poised, and I'm sure the coaching staff did tell him that. Coach Waltman, I'm sure, not too happy. But, yep, there it is. 2 free points that you get that you didn't even have to work for. The Matadors now have a 14-point lead, but those are mistakes you have to realize later could hurt the team. As Shockley, I understand, playing with a lot of passion and fire, but sometimes you got to bottle it up and just stay poised. There's a lot of time in this game. As Schwartz with the basketball, guarded tightly by Lewis. The Dragons moving their feet really well, and they need to string together a couple of stops to get this game going their way. Here's Gertz driving hard right, and that will be an offensive foul. Player controlling a big-time defensive play that maybe could get this team moving. As we see feet set, taking the charge, and man, you gotta maybe get some money for taking charges like that, because that's strong. You know, these kids are strong. When you get hit and they fall in, you feel it, especially with the hardwood, which has a little bit of give, but not too much. See if the Dragons could capitalize on this great defensive possession they had earlier. Driving in the paint, trying to finish underneath, no good. Rebound, no, with the left hand, trying to go up again, and is fouled as Shockley staying with it. He missed his shot, got his rebound, missed it again, then he gets fouled. Great job not giving up on the play, and he will earn a trip to the free throw line. As we see him not giving up on that play, going up again. Those constant possessions where you get rebounds and go straight up. And you got to capitalize at the free throw line as he misses another free throw. It's a big thing. I like that. We see Scott Kelly talking to him, saying, hey, just flick your wrists, you know, be in rhythm. Free throw line, it's all about rhythm. It's all about doing the same thing over and over. He's got good form. That's one thing you have to understand as he knocks down the next free throw. Shockley, he does have good form. Happy to see him make that. It's 57-44 with under 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Matadors lead by 13 points. Is Frye. This is unlike the Matadors. First time I've seen a possession, a lot of dribbling, and there's a foul. Luka Davis with the foul, now his second personal foul. And that will result shooting 2 due to the double bonus. And from here on out in the fourth quarter, the Matadors will be in the double bonus and shoot 2 free throws. The Dragons, on the other hand, as of now, team foul-wise, the Matadors have 17 fouls, so if they do foul the Dragons, it will be 1-1 at the free throw line. So both teams got to capitalize from the free throw line if they want to see either the Matadors winning this game or the Dragons coming back. Good rebound underneath. Here come the Dragons. Scott Kelly, hard drive left. Lewis trying to get going in this fourth quarter. Great flip and finish in the paint. He has some crafty finishes, and let's see if they can cut down this deficit to maybe single digits within the next minute. They only need one more basket to do so. They wanted a 5-second call, and here's Olabude. In the corner, great ball movement by the Matadors, but the defense and a great block underneath. Here come the Dragons. The activity of Wanaji has been big tonight. Both scoring and defensive play has been wonderful. Fire and a three, no. Great boxing out by the Matadors. And here comes Dudo with that one-handed pass underneath, trying to find his way around the basket. So we see Dudo trying to drive hard right, wanted a foul, no good. Good rebound over there by Scott Kelly. Here comes Lewis. There's a lob to Mays and the slam dunk. Just throw it up and have him go get it. What a big-time dunk to make it a 9-point game with 3:20 to go in the fourth quarter. A three-pointer in the corner, short. Good rebound over there by Wanaji. And the Dragons are riding this momentum. Underneath finish, no good. Look at the rebounds underneath, pounding down low. Floater, good. A great floater by Shockley. And the Dragons, they're picking it up with the defensive pressure. These last 3 minutes are going to be big. A 7-point game and a timeout called by the Matadors. Will be a full timeout as we see the replay. Look at Mays going up and go get it. And he throws it down. This is a 7-point game. It will be a full timeout, and we'll be right back. 57-50, Matadors lead. We have a close game here at Central Catholic High School, 57-50. Matadors lead by 7, and they will get the basketball. Trying to finish this game. They've had the lead throughout this entire game, but here come those Dragons flying their way back into it. As Schwartz gives it up, and Olabude, that could have been a travel, and yes it will. He did shuffle his feet. Olabude with a great drive baseline, and if he just did not pick up that pivot foot, guess what? It probably would have been a foul because he had a good pump fake. Mays on the right wing as the Dragons just trying to get those timely possessions. They have the size down low. Lewis, a three-pointer short. Good rebound underneath, and he's shooting two. Great physical play by Wanaji. He's been getting to the free throw line at will. His defense and offense today has been spectacular to watch. And now it's just a matter of who's going to make these free throws. With 2:22 left in the fourth quarter, it's a 7-point game, and this is the time where those free throws become very important. And that free throw is long. As of right now, the Dragons are 6th in their section in Division II basketball. As we see a substitution, the Matadors put Gertz back into the game. And as for the Matadors, they're 5th in their section, and they're Division III, as the second free throw is good by Wanaji. 57-51. They're going to look to trap, and here's Olabude throwing it back. Right now, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. You look, they need a basket from maybe Frye or even Gertz. He's hit some big-time baskets. It's just going to your best players when it matters the most, but also utilizing that clock. Frye trying to drive middle. Olabude to the corner. A lot of moving, a lot of driving. Shot clock under 10. They're giving it to one of their best scorers in Gertz, and here's Olabude's shot, and there's a foul. The bench of Sacramento High has jumped up like springboards. They just flew up. It seemed to be a great contest, but he could have got the arm on the way up. We'll have to see, but Olabude nonetheless is going to the free throw line. A 70% free throw shooter has hit some big free throws earlier in this game. As we see, ooh, close call. That could have really went either way. Looked like he got the ball as he hits the first free throw to extend the lead to 7, but very touchy foul call. And I don't blame the coaching staff and the sideline for not agreeing with it. 1:51 left in the fourth. Second free throw attempt is no good. So the Dragons, they need some stops and they need some big-time baskets. Lewis going hard to the basket. Up and under, no good. Rebound Frye, and the Matadors are in a commanding spot, and another questionable foul call. And a technical foul has been called on Scott Kelly for being very upset with the call. So the foul is on Miles Lewis, and the technical foul will be on Scott Kelly. As we see the replay, wow, Miles Lewis not happy with the call, but yeah, he did. He went for the basketball and he bumped him with the body. So you have to understand, just because you hit the ball first, if you hit him with the body, they're probably going to call the foul. And believe me, there's calls where you just simply don't agree with it, but you can't get technical fouls in close games, or you just really foul yourself out of the game by doing that. As Frye hits the first free throw. And the second technical free throw will be good. He's a 67% free throw shooter on the year, but he hits those free throws right there. And you just can't get two technicals in the game. One seems to be, big enough. It hurts your team when they make those shots, as Frye hits the other one to make it a 10-point game. But if you really think about it, if you minus those two technical fouls, that's 4 points. Right now, the score would be, if you want to add that free throw, it would be 58-51. It'd be a 7-point game if those two technical fouls did not happen. But the Dragons have to stay poised in these situations. And not to mention, they get the basketball back. There's that back door by Olabude. Goes up strong, gets the layup. So that layup really hurts the Dragons' chances and could be close to the end of this game. Here's Mays. Will come off the screen and shoot the three and nail it. It's now a 10-point game with 1:20 to go. As they're going to try to maybe get a quick stop or trap, possibly foul, we'll see. But there it is. That middle of the floor is exposed. Great cut by Olabude, and he loses the basketball, but it will be a foul on the ground. He will be shooting two free throws since they're in the double bonus. We see Mays come off that screen. I'm surprised he hasn't shot the ball a little bit more. He has a great touch. He has good arc. Hit some big three-pointers. But Olabude will get two free throws, a 1:08 to go. First one is long, no good. This game relatively has been close. As you see the Dragons, they have that athletic ability to simply push the basketball up the floor. But now the fouls are one thing, but you cannot get two technical fouls. It hurts your team when you're already down. As here come the Dragons. Scott Kelly, there will be a timeout on the floor. So it's going to be a 30-second timeout for the Dragons. 64-54. Matadors lead by 10 with 1:04 left in the fourth quarter. We will be right back. This broadcast of the Central Catholic MOK Showcases Basketball Camp, a 5-day overnight camp for 4th through 12th graders. Register now with a $99 deposit and earn $100 of off-camp enrollment. Go to norcalsportstv.com/camp for all the details on that. And then the 4th annual All NorCal Games. The All NorCal Games returns April 5th, 2020. Go to www.norcalsportstv.com/ANG for everything All NorCal Games related and recaps from previous years. As we see Lewis with the basketball with a minute to go, there needs to be a sense of urgency. Mays for three. He wanted a foul. Thought he got hit on the arm. And he did not get it. And with under a minute to go in the fourth, the Matadors are going to look to run this clock out. As we see the Matadors trying to milk it. 40 seconds. A good steal. Great rip through by Scott Kelly. Physical play. He'll shoot the three. It's short. Good rebound while Inaji underneath. He'll get the layup. And they're going to press with 30 seconds to go. The shot clock is off. So if they just get this in and don't turn it over, and wow, as I say that, guess what? Oh, it's a blocking foul. He's shooting two. That would have been a big-time layup if he can make that in the foul. But this goes back to what I was saying earlier. Let's say he makes that layup, and it's an and one. You minus the 2 technical free throws, or the 2 technical fouls, which are 4 technical free throws. The score right now would be 60-56. This would be an entirely different game. But for those young kids watching, you got to remember, don't be selfish. It's, you know, you're going to get frustrated over officials' calls, but play through it, and you never know. The game will change. It's a game of runs, as we see Wanaji will get 2 free throws. He's had a great game tonight, both offensively and defensively. Rebounding, finishing strong as there's a wet spot on the floor. It's not the NBA. We don't have those pros underneath to wipe it for us. The players have to do it. As see Wanaji shoot 2 free throws. First one, Klang's in there. 7-point game. So they could possibly do a couple things here. They could press, trap the first pass, then if they get out of it, then you got to foul immediately, or maybe they just foul quickly and play the free throw game. As Wanaji's second free throw is short, it's an air ball. 64-57, 24.9 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, and we'll see what the Matadors could do. There's no help deep tonight with Wanaji with the inbounder. They're going to get it back, and here come the Matadors. They broke the press easily, and they're going to trap that corner, try to get out of it. And wow, he somehow got out of it. What a great pass by Nick Watson. That was very close to 5 seconds. As the clock is at 9.7 seconds. And Mays has fouled out of the game, and checking in for him is Luka Davis with 9.7 seconds to go. Dudo will get a couple of free throws. First one's good. This game really came down to free throws. It was who was going to get to the free throw line and, most importantly, make them. As the Dragons had multiple opportunities but couldn't capitalize on all of them. But you got to appreciate the effort. They move their feet real well on defense. They play hard. As with 9.5 seconds to go, Scott Kelly will fire a three-pointer, and it's no good. Ball's tipped around, rebound by Frye, and that will be the end of this game. The Matadors will win 66-57 over the Sacramento Dragons. The Matadors will go to 9-8 on the year, and the Sacramento Dragons will fall to 509-9. Both teams played very hard, but we still have one more game left remaining.